Okay, so welcome back to 365 Days with a Manifestor, day 13. My other video got cut off. I still have to figure out how to do this all effectively, and I'm sorry about the mid-sentence cutoff there. So we were talking about an example that he has in this book. Remember, we are reading from the Human Design textbook on informing. If you have not watched the first video, you're going to want to watch that one too, because this is just kind of towards the end of the informing section of this book. Okay, so let's get back to this. It was talking about, I'll start the paragraph again. It says, to put informing and impact into perspective, let's say a manifestor goes to work and mid-morning suddenly begins to see a way out of what had begun to feel like a dead-end job. In a fury of excitement and with her vision leading her, she packs up her office, places a brief letter of resignation in the boss's mailbox, says goodbye, wishes everyone well, and walks out. Everyone else then experiences what feels like chaos because they were not properly informed or prepared for the action of the manifestor. The boss is left without help, the manifestor's fellow employees wonder what they did to offend, and the manifestor's family is concerned about the security of their future. The impact of the manifestor's unanticipated action will most likely meet with some form of resistance from those whose lives will be affected by its abruptness. The manifestor had a plan of action and did not need anyone else's advice or input to make it happen. Remembering to inform all of those who would be impacted by the decision, however, would not only have reduced resistance, but also may have garnered the support needed to achieve the new vision in peace. Informing paves the way for manifesting. It is the only solution for manifestors. This strategy seems both logical and simple, and yet most manifestors think of themselves as alone in the world, and informing is the last thing that naturally comes to mind. When they take the time to write down the names of all the people their future decision might affect, they will usually see that they are not isolated and their decisions do have impact. When manifestors are aware of how they impact, the logic of informing becomes apparent, and this knowledge alone can transform them. In the end, informing is about showing respect for the other. When manifestors don't inform, others feel disrespected and ignored, whereas informing dispels fear and builds trust, which in turn dissolves the need for control on either side. Amen. So that's the end of that paragraph. And I wanted to just add a couple of notes on this from my own experience. I started this practice long time ago, way before I ever knew human design was a thing. When my now 16-year-old was a baby, because he would react, even as a baby, like 18 months old, 2 years old, he was reacting to me in a very interesting way, like in a way that none of my other children had reacted with me. He's a manifesting generator. And I shouldn't say that. My projector was also like this, but I had thought it was just her development. But it wasn't until she's 19. So it wasn't until he came along that I realized I should probably change, okay? Because she had some developmental issues that, for whatever reason, I overlooked this part of it. Shame on me, right? But what I realized is if I didn't tell him the night before that we were planning to go to the store, or if I didn't tell him, hey, we're going to be going to the store in an hour, I couldn't just spring it on him. I couldn't just say, hey, we're going to the store right now. Can you get your shoes on? That would cause so much drama and freak out that it was meltdown city, right? And so it became like a nightmare. So I learned very quickly that if I told him ahead of time, informed him, I didn't know what I was doing, but if I informed him, he was cool. We had a completely normal, awesome, tantrum-free day. So it was amazing. And so I started doing this for everything. And another thing that they would do is if they couldn't find me because I went to the bathroom or something, they would freak out. And so I just started informing about everything. Hey, I'm going to be in my room. I am going to go to the bathroom. Hey guys, I am going to be stepping outside to get some fresh air. Things that you don't even think are things. I started to inform people on. And it really, really brought peace to the house, which sounds ridiculous, but I've been practicing this for, nearly, 16, well, okay, so he was 18 months. So that was like, 14 and a half years, right? And so I will tell you, I did not realize that was what my strategy was. But it legit was a strategy that I used, and it has worked amazing, and I still use it, and it's become natural to me. So if you're not using that strategy as a manifester, I implore you, just start. It sounds ridiculous, does sometimes. It just does. Hey, I'm going to the bathroom. Who gives a shit? Nobody, but they do. They do. And that's the crazy part. They do. Okay, so I hope that helps. I will talk to you guys again. Where are you? Over here. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.